Okay, so take 215 transition. We cut two pieces to go in those two center to cover that. I didn't like the way they fit, so we took them down. They're sitting over there, and what we're going to do is try to put those together, and then cut one long piece that fits the whole thing. Those two fit individually. I just didn't want the seam in the middle, so that's where we're at right now. I'm going to try to take those two pieces, put it together as a template to do one larger piece that's going to cover the entire middle section. So that's where we're at.
And Laura, what are you doing?
Everything.
Everything. You're like Cinderella.
Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day it's Cinderella. Make the fire, fix the breakfast, wash the dishes, do the...
I'm taking that apart, and then I'm going to clean up some metal and probably other stuff.
Okay. And on your break, you're going to do what?
Read.
Plan B. Remember we did two templates earlier, one of the previous videos, for two pieces up in the center. This is, in order to get it to line up right, we took two 2-foot sections of angle iron and welded them together so we would have a long enough piece. And we're basically going to take the angle iron and set it so that it lines up the sheet metal perfectly. When we'd put our 2x2 supports in there, it wasn't lined up right. See? Purdy. She does good welding. Yep.
You can talk now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was just. Okay, this is the angle iron. We need to get it cut to the size we want. So here's Grandpa Nerd. He's just basically cutting about a 45-degree angle in both ends, so it'll fit in. Then we get it all smoothed up, take all the rough edges off. Yeah. Do a couple, move it over, do a couple more. Yep. You can see where that's clamped at, where it goes silver, black to silver. That's where one piece of angle iron is put in. We're putting another piece on the other side of the other square tubing. We're trying to line it up so that it will sit at the right angle for the sheet metal that's going to be rolling over it. Because when we put in our 2x2 square tubing, we did, and well, we don't know what we're doing, so we didn't really line it up right. So we're just trying to correct that. Now that we got it at the angle we want, we got to clean up the edges so we can do some welding. We'll pull out our welder here in a little bit and put it together, but you got to get that shiny stuff.
You got the primary buffer panel coming right.
Everything's shiny, Captain, not to fret.
And here comes the weld. We'll get our weld on here. Yep, remember, if you can't weld well, weld a lot. So basically we're just kind of going through this and doing it. Yep, so now we decided instead of two pieces, we're going to switch it over to one piece. So we took the two pieces down and used them as a template to make one piece going across the whole center of it.
Okay, this is the second part of the transition. This is the cutting part. This is after they had it up there on the roof, test fitting it. Action.
We took those two templates we used for the earlier centerpiece we put together. We're going to reuse those pieces to try to build a good template for one of the side pieces. This is where it starts to roll over the side. So we're just trimming it up. God, I love those shears. Those are awesome. Everybody should have those. They're fun too, by the way. Yeah, they work great. Here's the Alora Nerd. We found a window that hadn't been taken apart yet, so she's taking that one apart. We were trying to recycle everything we can recycle. Recycle, repurpose, recycle, repurpose. So basically all the aluminum comes off, We take the glass out and we'll try to reuse the glass somewhere if we can, if it's not broken. Some of it we just got to throw away. So we're just patient. It all comes apart. The windows are pretty much just all little screws. There's a little bit of adhesive, but it's mostly just rubber gaskets and screws. Okay, we're going to recycle a handle we took off the front door, the bifold door, because as you can see, it's kind of hard to open. It's kind of hard to open because this part here, down here, rubs a little. And it looks like it's been doing it for a really, really long time. So we're going to fix that. It's not 100% on how I want to do that yet. I may have to loosen these and see if I can slide it over just the tiniest bit, or grind it down, but I don't really want to grind it down. Grinding it down is taking away metal, and I don't know how thick that is. So the idea is this handle and 2 of these bolts. I'm not going to use more than that for now. That should be fine. It's not doing a lot of work. But we're going to place it here because right here is going to be one of those big security locks. It's going to go between there and the other part of it will go here, and they'll attach. One of the big high security locks. We're not going to open this very often. This is our tool shed, so it's not something that gets open on any regularity. So, and Grandpa Nerd's going to work on that today. Okay, so here we go. We're drilling. This is like Keystone Cops. Between me and Grandpa, we did this the long way. Yep. So we got it drilled on one side, and we used the handle itself to be the template to go. But Grandpa, for some reason, decided to drill the second hole from the other side. That didn't work. In truth, even if he did it the way I asked him to do it, it wasn't going to work either. Just the way the holes were lined up. But we did finally get it.
Can I go home now?
Let's go ahead and do this side.
It's all right, Dad. We all get those moments.
It's all good. No big deal. Okay, so.
How many beers did I have this morning?
I don't know.
You needed one more, evidently.
Yeah.
Yeah, for about $5, this stuff that we're putting on here, it's a steel stick. It's like $5. It's just a JB Weld product. You mush it all together, kind of like Play-Doh. And once the two turn into one color, then you just push it in the hole. And this stuff hardens pretty good. There you go. See? Okay, so the white 2 pieces are the pieces that were up on the transition. We took them down. You can see these ugly spots. Tried to weld it as a seam because I didn't want a seam in the middle. So those are just kind of spot welds to see how it did. But a lot of things contributed to that not working. First and foremost, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. The metal is way too thin, and the welder we have, the Core Flux Chicago, I couldn't lower it down. Its low setting, it only has 2 settings, high and low, was still too high. It was just blowing right through this. So that's one of the main reasons we took it down, because of that. So what we did is we took those 2 pieces and we set them up. And the reason there's such a large gap is because on this side I had left a spot. It only went halfway onto the 2-inch support up there, the 2-inch square tubing. But I wanted to go, since I'm going to put rivets in this and not weld it, wanted it to go all the way across. That's why you figure about an inch over here and about an inch from that side on that side, roughly my 2-inch gap. Yeah, so now that we've got the template made for the centerpiece, we pull out our magic shears and we just cut along it. And as you can see, I got some dead weight standing on top of it. That's my country boy, my Iowa boy. He's cutting there. Now we're just going to cut it out. This becomes the centerpiece, the largest part of the transition. That's what this is.
drilling metal, it's always a good idea to have a pair of these.
Stand on it for me. Yeah, what you can see here is it doesn't go all the way up. But remember, this is one of the shorter pieces we're using as a template. We're just trying to get the angles right. So we're going to use that, and we took some measurements, and we take that piece. Should be able to get one piece, one more side piece from this one here. And then hopefully we got some more over there. Pieces, we'll be able to get the other large side piece. And after that, it's just a few small pieces.
So, tell our viewers, how hard is it to do a roof race?
Oh my Lord. If you know what you're doing, it's not. But we don't have a clue. Don't try this at home. I don't regret it. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to love it. And it's going to be some great stories. But just don't underestimate what you're getting yourself into. And at the same time, just because you don't know how to do it, it's not a reason not to do it. You know, if every human did that, we'd still be in a cave somewhere.
Night after night, day after day. Yep, home sweet home.
So, you know, take some chances. This was a big experiment for us. It's taken us a lot longer than we thought it would take, and it's costing us a lot more money. And most of the money costs is not because the original cost would have been that, it's our boo-boos. Or my boo-boo. That's it. So, let's get some cutting done.
What an exhausting day.
Oh my Lord, everything was crazy. Yes, everything's out of order. Cats and dogs. Oh, help me.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. If you're enjoying our channel, please subscribe. And
yes, everybody needs prescriptions.
would you stop it with the meds? No, wait, don't stop your meds. All right, everybody, stay nerdy.